the vision behind SOLife Moments is to bring content to my audience that they can not only live by, but is relevant to not just their personal life, but relevant to our current culture and society. That has both theology and psychology, life and godliness, because the scripture does tell us that he has given us everything that pertains to life and godliness. And living that out is what I believe is God's design and his desire. He said, 3 John, the 2nd verse says, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. I desire that the content received will cause the soul of the listener, the viewer, to prosper, and their health and wellness is affected greatly. Their lives are changed, and those connected are changed for the better. It impacts them in a great way. I want SOLife Moments to not just be another show, not just be another ministry on the air ways, as they say, but I want this to be relevant content that is rich and people can really live by it, because he really has given us everything that we need for life and everything that we need for godliness. For so long in the church, we have emphasized the godliness part. The life aspect, many of us aren't balanced and we're not relevant. We don't know how to carry on conversations with someone beyond small talk. Often we don't listen. I want this content to drive the viewer to listen in their conversations. I want them to spark conversations on the train, in the grocery store, that really penetrate the heart. Really get to know people, do life with people for real. And yeah, that's the vision. And the mission is to do this by consistently having that content weekly, have resources available to the audience, and have a sense of community, actually build a community from it, where these principles can be applied immediately in that community. So conversations that are encouraged, and the motivation to do so actually can be applied in that community. It is my desire to hear back from a viewer saying, after watching this, I had a much needed conversation with my spouse and healing happened, or I had a hard conversation with my child who I know I didn't raise as well as I wanted to, and I've been in denial, but now we were able to have a conversation and our relationship is better than ever. Or someone watched the show and for years they questioned the existence of God, but because of the content, they know God is real. All of those things, just various instances. Someone writing in or messaging us and saying that after they watched the show, their faith was stirred to believe God for their physical health. And they went to the doctor, and because their mindset was changed, they were able to receive divine healing, and it manifested and showed in their tests. Their test came back negative after they got positive the week before. Things of that nature, just life impacting moments. So life moments is about. I want the life of the viewer to be impacted in the moment that they hear and see. Sure. What prompted me to do SOLife are a few things. First of all, I do know that I'm called to ministry. I've been in ministry much of my life. I have evolved in many ways due to life experiences and ministry experience as well. And having served in pastoral roles for a handful of years now, at a mega ministry as well as a smaller ministry, assisting in pastoral things. I've had a lot of conversations and have been in a lot of spaces where I hear the heart and the mind of people and the concerns and the worries and the insecurities and the questions. And even if I were to say, even the this is gonna sound strong, but even hearing firsthand the form of godliness that denies the power, and that of course is the scripture, and seeing that form often it's not built off of an ill intent. It's sincere often that people have this form of godliness because they weren't properly presented with godliness. So I create a form because I know it's the right thing to do to be like God, but I don't even really know how to approach God to even find out what the traits of godliness are, what the fruit of the Spirit really is, beyond just the words that are in the scripture, but really understanding the revelation of the presence and personality of God mixed with your development in relationship with Him is how godliness, it's that true authentic form. It's that true authentic expression, that's a better word, of godliness when you have an authentic experience with God, relationship, and as you evolve in life and godliness, it's expressed through how you interact with other people, how you understand spiritual things and understand natural things and operate in wisdom and knowledge and understanding. It all mixes together as this beautiful masterpiece, rather than I read the scripture and I hear this doctrine and I hear that and then I make myself do this, and it's like this cookie cutter robotic life. That's not godliness. And seeing that over and over and over again, and having real conversations and people saying to me, you have such a real approach, a real perspective. And me hearing it so consistently that it's rare, I realized, okay, I do have something to say. Not that I questioned if I had anything to say at all, but I didn't realize how unique it is, and needed. And I believe I'm not the only voice and I'm not the only one. I do know it hasn't been common. And I believe through this platform, it's going to become a perpetual, not just common, but perpetual practice to really have authentic connection with God and each other, and it be expressed in our life. SOLife Moments is just that. That's why I'm doing this. Social media is a platform that is, in my opinion, the new field of evangelism. We still see those that go door to door and are on the street corners. This microphone right here, I believe, amplifies across so many more streets than if I stood physically on the corner. It goes through so many homes, households, and I mean, a person right now is watching me on their phone or on their iPad while they're in transit. They don't even have to be sitting in their living room or family room watching a television. They're watching in a convenient way. So that's why I'm doing this on these platforms, to reach as many, and following the commission of Jesus Christ to go make disciples.